Hello and welcome back to Life in Recovery. Did you know that there are over 4,000 teapot related injuries every year? I'd just like to make a quick apology to those of you who might hear lots of banging and sort of loud noises during this video. I'm actually living on a building site at the moment, so unless I'm up at the crack of dawn I can't actually film this without lots of noises, so I'm really sorry if you're distracted or bothered by it at all during this film, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So this video is all about the importance of staying active during your recovery. It's going to be about how best to, this one in particular is going to be about how best to approach a gym workout during your recovery from a chronic illness. Now, exercise is a hugely beneficial thing to do, not only for maintaining and progressing a physical recovery, but also it has really positive effects on your mental health as well. Exercise reduces the stress hormone cortisol. It also releases endorphins, which are known to be powerful analgesics. So they actually interact with the endorphins interact with the receptors in your brain that actually reduce your perception of pain. So they're sort of natural painkillers. They also boost your mood hugely. Exercise also releases adrenaline, serotonin and dopamine, and these chemicals all can work together to make you feel good, to make you sleep better, and to just energise you and just generally benefit you as a whole. So that's a little bit about why physiologically it's quite exercise is a really amazing thing to do. So the scenario is you're recuperating really well and you've gained a little bit of strength and energy, and you feel like it'll be beneficial, or your doctor or whoever is looking after you feels it will be beneficial for you to take your exercise or your physiotherapy to just that another level. But how do you start working out when you're at such a low level of fitness and stamina? It can be really daunting, and I certainly found it quite scary to walk into a gym where you've got rows and rows of machines and all these very sort of fit and active looking people you know, working out properly, and you're sort of there feeling exhausted from just the journey from home to the gym. But it's actually a doable thing. And this video is all about how best to approach it and how it might work well for you. I'm going to focus on sort of different machines or different types of exercise, and just talk about them sort of individually in a brief manner. So the first one that sort of everybody always thinks about when they think about the gym is a treadmill. And I certainly thought you only really run on a treadmill, and I certainly, when I started you know, going to the gym, I was not ready to run at all. I mean, I was physically not able to run. But I've worked out that doing 5-10 minutes, it can even be 2 minutes or 1 minute of a brisk walk, so a really good paced walk on the treadmill, can really be useful to get your body moving. So get your blood pumping, your heart rate up, everything moving really smoothly and safely. Can really be a useful exercise to warm your body up for more of a workout, and also to warm yourself down. So I will tend to hop on the treadmill and do sort of 5-10 minutes of a pretty brisk paced walk. So that's a way you can use the treadmill that's a little bit of a lower intensity activity, but it's a really beneficial one. The other really good exercise for sort of loosening up and strengthening your hips and your knees and your ankles and sort of your legs in general, and also that is good for your core, is the exercise bike. And most exercise bikes that you see in gyms are those upright bikes that don't have any back support, and it actually can be really stressful on your back. It can put your back under a lot of strain and stress, leaning over, you know, over the bars and sort of pedalling furiously. So if your gym, or if you have at home a bike that has a back support where you can sort of sit back and just let your legs do the work, then that's a really great way of getting your legs moving, but not putting so much strain on your back. Because I think when you've been physically unwell for a long time, or you've been bedbound, your back can really suffer and struggle once you're upright and you're moving around a lot. So that's a really good way to, again, minimise stress or strain on parts of your body. The other sort of general activity that a gym will have available is sort of weights and strengthening. So this is exercises to benefit sort of posture, your gait and your core strength. These are all going to be really key things for your ongoing physical recovery. So things that will help you walk taller, faster, help you eventually run, mean you can walk up the stairs, you know, a lot easier, mean that you can sit down and stand up without sort of having to grab onto things or grab onto people. It's basically the building blocks of your physical strength and health. So there'll be lots of machines or exercises that you can use that will help, you know, your back or your abdomen, or you know, your core muscles. And another sort of really multifunctional gym machine is the cross trainer, or a stepper, depends what people call it, different things. And initially I personally found the cross trainer quite rigorous and quite brutal, because you're moving your arms and you're moving your legs at the same time. So you're sort of doing this, but also your legs are obviously moving at the same time. It's a really great cardiovascular exercise, as it uses your whole body, and also you're using your own momentum, so your own strength is sort of propelling you. Although you're static, it's your own strength that's moving you. And yeah, as I said, I did actually initially find it a little bit too much, but I've sort of worked up to be able to do that quite comfortably now. So again, this shows that if something is not working for you, if you're in a lot of pain using something, or you're getting really puffed out, or you're getting a bit stressed about the thought of using a certain machine or doing a certain exercise, that probably tells you that it's not quite the right time for you to be doing that, or maybe it's not the best activity for you. And the sort of linked in with that, to prevent injury and to try and sort of dissipate any sort of negative chemicals, or you know, lactic acid buildup or anything like that, is stretching and warming up and warming down. It sounds really boring, but it's really important. I certainly found in the early stages of getting used to walking again and sort of relearning everything, that stretching after an activity, that included, you know, walking across a room and back, that was an activity in itself, or even getting out of bed, that stretching afterwards really helped with my pain levels. I found it was a really useful thing to do, just to be able to manage the quite severe pain that I got from doing that. And that's something that you will go through. It will be painful, because your muscles and your body aren't used to working you know, normally. And what I would say is, don't push yourself too hard So don't sort of punish yourself, but you will have to sort of slowly, very, very slowly build up over months. It's not something that's going to just, you know, bang, come to you, unfortunately. A few other sort of pointers: clothing. Wear something comfortable, wear things that are breathable and that aren't restrictive. You don't want anything chafing or rubbing in sensitive areas. Yeah, comfort is a key. Staying hydrated, so I always take a full sort of bottle of water with me whenever I go, and drink as much as possible. It's only water. I don't drink those silly sports nutrition drinks. First of all, I don't work out enough to sort of warrant them, but also I think they're so chock full of sugars and you know, manufactured ingredients and disgusting stuff. You know, I'd rather sort of have a good glug of water and then have a banana after a workout if I need it. The other thing that's really, really important when you're thinking about starting to go to the gym is your footwear, and this is the trainer that I wear to the gym. And the great thing about these trainers, and what I would sort of recommend, is that they're lightweight. When you've not been used to wearing proper shoes, so lace-up shoes that can be quite tight and feel quite constrictive, a more lightweight shoe is a good starting point. Also, they're very flexible. I can do that with mine. They work for sort of all sorts of trains and activities that you might be encountering in the gym or outside. But they're also really supportive. That's the key, is they have a good sort of heel support, and also the soles are designed in a way that they spread some of the load and the pressure. So it's a good idea to look into appropriate footwear. And sort of the next thing is addressing the specific gym. So a lot of gyms nowadays actually provide concessions based on if you're on certain benefits, or if you're a pensioner, or if you're a student. So, but you will have to sort of look around and maybe ring up a few places and just ask. And it is definitely worth doing because they can be quite significant savings. Also, a great idea is to, once you've decided on your gym, is to go to your GP and ask him or her to write a letter just outlining, doesn't have to be detailed, just outlining exactly what your condition means and why you're looking to start, you know, working out, and maybe just a couple of sort of guidelines as to safely exercising and what you maybe should and shouldn't do. It's useful for you, but also it means that the gym and the people that are working with you at the gym just have a little bit more information to work with to help you. If your gym offers a personal trainer or offers sort of 6 weekly checkups or reviews of your progress, then I would definitely recommend taking them up on the offer, maybe once or twice, because these kind of sessions, they provide clear instructions on, first of all, how to use the machines and how to use the gym, but also you can discuss with the person what you really want to gain out of your exercise, and they can provide an achievable and beneficial routine that's going to work with how your body is at the time. I do want to do another video on sort of walking outside or exercise outside, and that will include resources to find lovely walks near where you live, even if you're based in a city. So that video will hopefully be coming up soon. I'd be really interested in hearing your stories and what you think about these videos, and if you have any ideas for future ones or comments or questions. All the links are in the description bar below, so you can tweet me, email, all that sort of stuff, and I'd really love to hear from you. I'm just going to leave you with a quote, and this quote is from Haney. I think that's how you pronounce his surname. He's a former bodybuilder, and he said, "Exercise to stimulate, not to annihilate. The world wasn't formed in a day, and neither will we. Set small goals and build upon them." I think that's a really useful quote to take into your exercise. And until next time, have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.